Welcome, everybody, to the Boy Dingus podcast with your host who loves some toast, Simon Smallz Potter, the Boy Dingus. And I am here joined today with my good old friend, good old partner, good old cameraman, Cruz Martin. How's it going today?
It's going lovely, man. It's going good. Just chilling.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
So, it's Thanksgiving. Not Thanksgiving yet. It's the month of Thanksgiving.
It's right after Halloween, and you know what that means?
It means it's Christmas.
It's Christmas season.
It's Christmas time already.
Who cares about Thanksgiving?
Who cares about Thanksgiving? Exactly. Especially when your family's not even going to be able to make it.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, what happened, Cruz?
Yeah, well, I'm upset. I want my money back. Hired this woman so she can bring my my uncles here, and she got arrested. She got arrested.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. You want to know why?
Yeah, do tell.
Yeah, she was transporting my uncles here from Mexico illegally and live streamed it.
So, why did she live stream it? What was she trying to gain clout? Look at me, guys! Yo, I'm so cool. I'm smuggling some illegal immigrants over the border. Let's go. It's gonna be a fun time.
Hey, don't you know how it is? This is online culture, Gucci gang, drip, clout. You got to rep online or you ain't nothing.
How old was this individual?
19.
A 19-year-old.
19-year-old with a 21-year-old.
All right. So, yes, this is a real scenario, not Cruz's uncles, but this is a real scenario that happened. A 19-year-old with her 22-year-old friend tried to smuggle illegal immigrants over the border, and they took the Border Patrol on a high-speed chase as she tried to evade them, and then she crashed into the desert and proceeded to run on foot, all while Facebook living this entire thing. So when it goes to court, there is 100% hard evidence that's going to convict her for the crime.
Bad respect, though. A lot of dedication to keep that stream going the whole time.
Honestly, it's like quite impressive. That's quite impressive. So Halloween just passed. It's now November. Once again, you know, parents are freaked out about their kids' food or candy being laced and razors and apples.
Yep, I remember every year, get candy. My mom's like, gotta check your candy for razor blades. Let's be honest. That was parents just wanting to take her candy.
Exactly. It really was. Except for when there's actual THC laced gummy bears being given to little kids.
And then razor blades in actual candy that, you know, accidentally get there.
So what happened was, what I think is happening is people made it so fearful that this would happen that somebody decided, I'm actually going to make this happen. Because it was only a few scenarios in the past where this actually occurred. But now this year, there's like multiple reports that their kids' gummy bears were laced with THC. And let's be honest, most of the parents, probably in Colorado, are just going to take those and have a fun time anyway.
How do you act? Okay, what I remember is it was an accident because who intentionally gives kids laced candy?
You probably bought that for yourself, you know. But then you accidentally gave it to a little kid.
That stuff is expensive. Those are not cheap. You do not give your drugs to kids.
And here in Kansas City on Halloween, I think this happened in Chicago as well and most of the Midwest, it snowed hard. And here in Kansas, we had like an inch of snow or something like that.
Yeah. It was about an inch.
The morning of Halloween, but then it all melted by nighttime. But it was so freezing cold out. But speaking of the freezing cold and snow, somebody's back in our news wheel this week, and that is our good friends, the communist-loving Blizzard Games. China and Blizzard, man. They just can't... I don't know what's wrong with them. Or if it's me. It might be me. It might be me just loving to keep them in my news, and I actually secretly love China. Maybe I have a secret crush on you. Also, I went to Hollywood recently. I didn't know that President Xi had a Hollywood star.
What?
He does. Winnie the Pooh.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Well, anyway, Blizzard had BlizzCon this week, the weekend of filming this, and man, oh man, did they have some announcements? Overwatch 2,
Wow, revolutionary.
Diablo 4.
Oh my god.
We've been waiting for that one. Well, it turns out Overwatch 2 is just a reskin version of Overwatch, just with better graphics and updated shading systems. That's pretty cool, I guess. And then Diablo 4, though announced, they also announced they have no idea when it will be released.
Not just Diablo. Overwatch too.
Really?
They don't know when Overwatch is coming out either.
So apparently they're just trying to distract everybody from the fact that they absolutely love China and love the communist China and the whole scandal that was going on there with empty promises. And then pretty much what people are calling a non-apology was released by Blizzard. And let's just say it's about what you'd expect. It's about what you would expect. They accept they say the headline on CNN says that Blizzard accepts accountability over Hong Kong controversy. But is that really the case? Obviously not. Obviously they don't care.
They can't do any wrong. They are obviously the good ones. They're the good guys.
Obviously, there's no way that Blizzard can ever wrong us because, you know, they're giving us Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2 at some point, but no clue on when that's going to happen. New topic. Speaking of Twitter storms, you know, storms in general, we're going to Twitter. Somebody said something, and his name is Obama, who said that cancel culture needs to end, basically, and saying that if you're on Twitter and you act like you're an activist, but all you do is tweet things, you're not an activist. It's just not activism. Well, the millennials weren't so happy with that one. Yeah, the millennials got a little upset and said, "How dare he say that cancel culture is a thing? It's not a thing. We're activists. Gosh dang it!"
I don't know. Cancel culture just sounds like slacktivism with extra steps.
According to Ernest Owens of the New York Times, Obama's view of cancel culture is very boomer-like.
I'm a real boomer. How about you?
I prefer to be called a Zoomer.
Yeah.
We are Gen Z.
Yes, we have boomer beliefs, but we are the young ones.
We are the next wave of humanity. We're of Americans. We're gonna make the American dream happen again, except for we're all thousands of dollars in debt thanks to colleges.
Yeah.
Thank you, Clinton.
Help us out, Bernie. We're dying.
Bernie, I love you. On a personal level, not political level. Not at all political. I can't agree with you on majority of your policies. But anyway, not going into that.
Besides the point.
Besides the point. Obama is pretty much being called basically all right in this case. Like being told that his opinion doesn't matter anymore, even though everybody loved him a couple years ago. But his opinion doesn't matter anymore because, hey, look at this. You have a boomer point of view on cancel culture. Shame on you, Obama. But the thing is, I watched the Obama, what he said. Watched his speech. I agreed. Instead of just sitting down watching TV, sitting on your phone and constantly tweeting, cancel Donald Trump because he put candy on top of a minion's head. Like, come on. That's not, what the frick is wrong with you? That's not activism.
That was just hilarious.
Go outside, make a sign or go to your congressmen, go to your Senate leaders, and try to actually bring forth change that you think needs to be made. Like, have an idea of what change needs to be made in order to make everything better. Like, is that not how it works?
Just stay online and just complain about things, and then just make sure everyone who has a horrible opinion but is actually like 0.01% of the actual community. Yeah, let's be that.
And speaking of Twitter recently banned political ads.
Yes, that's true. They want things that to actually naturally trend and grow.
The only problem with that is that I think the majority of their efforts is to stop I'm pretty sure just to stop Donald Trump from posting his political ads. Let's be honest. He posts them a lot, and they're kind of annoying after a little bit.
I'm gonna lose my mind if I see another Donald Trump build the wall commercial. I'm getting sick of it.
Same. But, however, as long as the New York Times exists, Lordy knows, and as long as CNN and Wall Street Journal and Washington Post exist, it will never leave us. Let's be honest. Trump is absolutely adored by these people because they keep talking about him. Goodness. Daily Caller releases a photo, photoshopped, of the dog Conan, who chased down Baghdadi in Baghdadi's final moments during the raid that killed Baghdadi. And Trump reposts the image. And the journalists freak out. Is this real? We need a fact check. Fact check, fact check, fact check, fact check, fact check.
We need to, the White House, he should have been there. White House, we need to confirm that. And you can't give that medal to a dog. That's illegal. That's illegal.
It's illegal. You can't do that. That's against this thing right here. You can't do that, man.
This picture seems to be altered.
No dip, Sherlock Holmes. Did you just find that one out? My goodness, indubitably, my dear Watson. Goodness, like, come on. Is it really that hard to look at the pixel lines on the outside of the dog and also look at the dog that was uploaded, the photo of the dog, not the dog of the photo. The photo of the dog that was uploaded when saying this dog is an American hero. It's the same image, just cropped out and then thrown into that image. And also, I think the biggest key factor here is the medal was changed to be a paw print.
Some absolute detectives though, let me say in the replies, one guy, yeah, I've seen a good few Photoshop jobs. You could also see a few pixels. Have you, if you look around the entire outline of the dog, you're an absolute genius, absolute big brain.
Here's a big one. I need to get all my fact checkers in a room. All my fact checkers here right now.
Do we have exclusive content?
Has anybody heard about when Obama sat down with Osama bin Laden?
Oh my God, Obama and Osama, it makes sense.
And they discussed everything. They just discussed everything, man. Like, look at this image. This is a photo. This right here is the photo. This is the photo right here.
We need to ask the White House. We need to verify if that's real.
We need to get into the Obama administration and ask all of his top advisors, is this real? Here's another one, actually. You know Kristen Chandler?
Christine Weston Chandler. Yes, I do.
Yes. Chris Chan has his own late night show and had Donald Trump on the air.
What? That's amazing. I didn't know.
Look at this image. This is the image. This is a screenshot from the episode, man.
Wow, I didn't know Donald Trump liked Sonic Shoe. He's like us.
He's just like us, man. Just like us. All of us. My God. I need all my fact checkers on these images. Because Snopes, if you don't start looking at these images right now, nobody's gonna take you seriously, man.
You'll lose all verifiability, all credibility.
I agree. All your credibility out the window. Out the window. It's not happening.
Be a travesty if they don't. Though we could let these fly under the radar.
I understand, Snopes, that you got divorced and currently you owe your wife some alimony and you just kind of need to make some extra cash, so you keep throwing in some random things into your fact check machine. Well, Chris Chan talk show with Donald Trump. Get on that. I need to know if that's real. Also, is this one real as well? I must ask. Did Blizzard actually change their logo to include the Chinese flag in it?
Oh, they must have. They may have quickly changed it too.
They might have changed it to this and then switched it back because of like an outroar or something.
It reminds me of some other people that like changing things.
Washington Post also posted an article as soon as like the day after Baghdadi was killed, and they said that he was an austere religious scholar in the obituary. I'm sorry. A terrorist, rapist, and mass murderer is not an austere religious scholar. That is a monster, not a scholar. It's like calling Hitler an aspiring artist who was rejected, who turned himself into a self-made emperor.
Revolutionary leader. He led a revolution.
I just can't understand how somebody can say so many outrageous things about our current sitting president, but then as soon as one of the worst people that ever walked the earth gets killed, they call him a religious scholar.
You gotta own Donald Trump somehow.
Come on, at least say one decent thing about him. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's not Hitler, okay? Hold on. Actually, there's one more image I need to have fact checked. Is this Conan shaking the hands of Hitler?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I think Conan's a Nazi.
He's a Nazi.
Conan's a Nazi.
He's not an American hero at all. He's
not an American hero at all, man. But speaking of the dogs, let's get into our final topic of today. This topic is one that I am really proud of. I'm really happy to go over because I love dogs. I love doggos.
Do you love dogs? Do you love Boxers and Labradors and Huskies?
Man, I can't imagine life without dogs. Which, according to most sources I've seen, Muslims absolutely hate dogs. People in the Middle East think dogs are akin to rodents.
Yeah, I remember talking with a person who helped at an animal shelter tell me about some animals they saved from Egypt, and literally they enjoy torturing dogs because they are viewed as pests.
Well, that's not how it works here in America. Here in America, we love our dogs.
We love our puppers.
Ever since the Civil War, we have used them in battle to help fight for freedom, because if a dog wants to live for free, they gotta fight for it too, gosh darn it.
Equal
fight for equal freedoms. And man, oh man, does it start with an amazing story of a Civil War dog named Sally. So I'm going to go over the top 5, in my opinion, top 5 dogs in American history. Let's get to it. Not American history, American warfare, I guess. More like American warfare. If we're doing history, then you'd be getting a lot more dogs on the list, because that'd be a hard one to go through.
You getting yourself some Lassie and some Old Yeller.
So the first one is named Sally. Sally fought in the Battle of Gettysburg and the Battle of Hatcher's Run, where she fell in combat. It's sad. It's a sad tale. But as a mascot and a fighter of the 11th Pennsylvania Volunteer Infantry, Sally fought hard with her human friends, and as she fought, got lost. She went missing, and then 3 days later, they found her guarding the dead and wounded on the battlefield. And then she was memorialized in a statue in Gettysburg. Rest in peace, Sally. Thank you for your service. And the next dog on the list is another dog that fought in or helped in a raid to kill a terrorists that hated America. This one is named Cairo, who was in Operation Neptune Star to kill Osama bin Laden. And this dog had a tactical vest on, man. This is no ordinary Bork Bork. This Bork Bork was a tactical Bork Bork. It was not going to let up, man. And what Cairo did is not super for certain. All we really do know that she did during this raid was guard the perimeter, secure the perimeter, and make sure nobody got out of the wall and was able to escape. So anybody who tried to get out ended up getting chased down by this tactical vest wearing Bork Bork.
I'd be scared of a dog chasing me if I was a terrorist.
I agree. I agree. The number 3 on my list is going to be Conan, because Conan as well was in a raid to kill terrorist leader, and Conan was there and chased down Baghdadi, dude. Chased him.
There's so many levels of irony here that I absolutely love. The whole kind of Middle Eastern hatred towards dogs, and the fact that you were chased down by a dog in your moments before you killed yourself.
I agree.
Sweet.
And then also compared to a dog by our current president. Nobody liked you, Baghdadi.
And we don't like your new leader either. We're going to take them down.
The next dog on the list, number 2, is Luca. I put her at number 2 because she did get hurt during battle. Well, not during battle. She was a dog that, or is a dog that was sniffing out for bombs and IEDs and other explosive devices when she ended up getting hurt during an explosion and losing one of her limbs. But thanks to her amazing handlers, was able to get out of there alive and survive it. Unbelievable. Love you, Luca. Thank you for your service. You're a good old dog. And then number 1 on my list is my absolute favorite that I have ever learned of. Sergeant Stubby. Sergeant Stubby was no ordinary dog. In fact, it was at first, until a soldier snuck into France and entered him into battle, where Sergeant Stubby sniffed out and warned the American soldiers of gas attacks, bombs, and enemies that were nearby. During one of the gas attacks, the dog got such a keen sense of smell for the type of gas that it was able to sense it from miles away and warn the humans about it so they could get out of there. That's awesome. And not only was it able to sense these type of things, it caught a freaking German spy single-handedly. That's nuts, man.
You know what? And my favorite part about it is look at this freaking dog. It's so cute.
This is the most adorable dog I've ever seen. Not really ever seen, but ever seen that's ever entered the field of combat. Look at this guy.
The generic German Shepherd is the cutest bulldog I have ever seen.
It's so adorable, man. And it has a vest. It got the ranks of sergeant after its long time in combat, and it received multiple medals. Unfortunately, after World War II, they stopped giving dog medals, which is stupid. I think we need to reinstate the fact, like, we needed to just make medals specifically for dogs of combat and law enforcement and things like that. You know, the best dogs, like that one dog that chased down that robber and like jumped like 15 feet across the air and bit him.
What? That's amazing. That's crazy.
It was a doggy missile. I love it. Anyway, it met 3 different presidents and also became the official mascot of Georgetown University after the war, and then died with her owner, Conroy, in 1926. So that is the story of America war dogs, the dogs that have saved and secured our freedoms here in America. So thank you, doggies. We love you. We love you so much. I love my dogs. I know Cruz would love his dogs if his parents could have kept one. I'm sorry to hear about all those tragic events, Cruz.
Would you like to hear about
No,
it? Please?
no,
No? Okay.
not today.
I've had about 4 dogs and lost all of them because my family sucks.
And that's just kind of how it is, I guess. And to end today's podcast, I want to talk about what's next on Smallz TV. And first off, I'm just gonna say that I want to get a film made called Earl of Earth, but I'm just having logistic issues with getting a date set to film and all that type of stuff. And beyond that, I'll be going out of country soon. Just like I just went out of state, but this time I'm going to be helping my mom film some stuff for her business, and then also going to be vlogging my trip down to where I'm going. And then as for my trip to California, it was a lot of fun. I went to California recently and saw smoke of a wildfire and saw plenty of homeless people and a lot of traffic. And then beyond that, I just want to say congratulations to my friend Garrett, who I went to school with, for releasing his first book. It's the Madcap series, The Call to Adventure, and I'm excited to read it. I got it today. And his face is on the back of the book, man. Like, that's him. I went to school with that man. So he got a book published. I'm excited for him. I'm excited for his career as it starts to take off. And I guess to end today's episode, I'm going to just talk real quick on, I guess I should just add a note about cancel culture. What? Oh yeah, the flushing. So we're recording this in a basement, and it kind of sucks, but you know, it's more space than it was in my bedroom. And
we going places. We upgrading. We moving up in the world.
Obama was 100% correct in what he said about cancel culture. And to the millennials that are in K-pop stands that believe that people should just have their lives and careers ended because of something they've done, unless it's literally murder and ending someone else's life, that person's life should not be totally ruined. Their livelihood should not be ruined because of that fact. I've said it before that about free speech, that your life shouldn't be ruined because you said something. And the same goes for the people that do something and they realize that they need to change. You know, everybody deserves a second chance. Unless you're a psychopathic killer who is literally never going to change. It just is how it is. Everybody deserves to have another chance at life and better themselves. There was a football coach of Alabama. I can't remember his name. I don't really focus on names for whatever reason. I just know people and what they do. But this coach had a player who got arrested for marijuana possession. And he could have kicked him off the team. He should have kicked him off the team, is what a lot of people would have said. But he said, I didn't want that. I saw that he had a second chance and he had more life to give. The guy's now, I'm pretty sure he's now a CEO, has a family, and has a wife. And is living a good life now. Because somebody didn't give up on him. Somebody saw that he had more to give and that wasn't his last hurrah, you know. As you grow older, yes, your decisions must become a little more refined and a little more smarter. And that's one reason why boomers act like they're super cool now, because now I'm the 60-year-old and I used to be told that I didn't know nothing. Now you don't know nothing, you millennials and Gen Zs. Well, excuse me, but the Zoomers are next, my sir. Anyway, millennials, get off of Twitter, go outside and actually try to petition for something better. Go to your congressman and try to put forth change that you want to see happen. If you don't do that, if you keep tweeting, it's never gonna solve anything. It just won't. So thank you all for watching this Smallz TV Big Dingus Boy Dingus podcast with your host, the Boy Dingus, Simon Smallz Potter. And from me and Cruz, I bid you all farewell and good night, good day, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time you watch this. But see you all later. Later.